Leo, how you doing, Leo? You guys have been showing me quite a bit of love. So, we're going to do a bonus reading for the Leo Collective. What is going on in the Leo Collective, Divine Union, Twin Flame journey? Where are they at? Where are they going? What are any holdups, advice to get on this divine union frequency? Divine timing is a frequency. It's not on a calendar. It's not on your clocks. Although you might be seeing some numbers as signs, patterns, synchronicities. Could be dealing with an Aquarius. Aquarius is also your polarity sign. I just got a message from a friend of mine that's an Aquarius. They were recently sick, like an unexplained sickness, and they went to the doctor and didn't find anything out. So could be dealing with that. Queen of Swords. The feminine could be an air sign. This could be you needing to set boundaries. Maybe you need to set boundaries with an Aquarius, because that's what I'm going through currently with my Aquarius acquaintance. I don't really have any close friends other than me, myself, and I, and these dogs. My ancestors, my guides, and the idea of people. Right? Maybe you feel very lonely. Maybe you feel like, oh, I have nobody I can trust. But just know that, again, divine timing is it's a frequency, right? So once you feel like where you are is not lonely, once you claim that, and instead of affirming I am not lonely, affirm I am abundant, right? Whenever maybe you're working on affirmations to comfort yourself, but maybe the wording, something about the words, the labyrinth. She's going to say the words. Maybe something about the wording. You know, like with the Queen of Swords, because this is the only thing that's coming out right now, so we're going to talk about it. With the Queen of Swords, a lot of it is actions. So maybe your words are insufficient. Maybe you've set boundaries with somebody with your words. Just the wind. Wind, air, something in your, maybe you have an air placement, maybe you have an Aquarius placement, but something with your, and maybe that needs to be the sort of leader of your pack right now. If you're the Emperor or Empress, if you're the feminine, the Empress is the culmination of all the queens, right? And the Emperor, the masculine, is the culmination of all the kings, right? They come together and rule the world. But maybe you have set, also with the air, the wind, there's something coming in on the wind. I just almost sang my own lyrics. I was like, there's a song. Yeah, it's a song. I wrote it. But there's a wind after winter that sweeps up the shore, right? Which is, this is like a past love. It's coming out of, it reminds me of like the ace, like the aces in this deck, in the Rider-Waite, they're in clouds. Like the hand is coming out of a cloud. So it's like something that you've manifested. So if you're not seeing your manifestations, it could be something about the way that you're wording them. But with this boundary, I feel like maybe you could have a boundary with a particular person. The Queen of Swords is also all about, I mean, she knows how, she's the Queen of Swords. She knows how to wield her thoughts and balance her words and her truth with her head and her heart, or her head and her, maybe we'll get the Queen of Cups, because we've got some, I'm getting cups need to come out. You could be dealing with a water sign. Could have a water placement that you're struggling with. Maybe your moon sign is causing you some sort of emotional distress or something. There's something in your heart space that you're not listening to, your moon, which you share the heart chakra with the moon and Cancer, right? The sun and the moon rule the heart chakra. This is the center. Oh, that fucking door. Hold on, I'm gonna make sure that's shut. 6:11 on the clock there. I usually have to prop the door. It's super windy right now. It's been raining all day and now it's windy, and it was warm for a couple days and now it's gonna get cold again. But I think it's only get cold for a night, so it's not a big deal. And the message I got was actually about a heater. But anyway, that's so funny. Maybe you're scared of love. Maybe somebody is gonna like shock the hell out of you with the message, with the wind. So you might be receiving that. And this Queen of Swords could be here as like a, make sure that you're open to it. Like trust your boundaries, trust your intuition and all of that. But see how her one hand is out? It's funny, she has like a mala bracelet. Like a prayer bracelet. Maybe you have some kind of jewelry or something that you can, like when it makes you feel protected, it's sort of like your totem, something that you wear that makes you feel protected, makes you feel, maybe you touch it as like a reminder, like I'm protected, I'm safe, I'm abundant. Maybe you kind of, maybe you do your like Malabi prayers, 108, 10, 8, 9. I don't know, maybe something like that. 108. What's 10, 8? 10, 8 is a date. Don't be late. Anyway. Oh. Anyway. I feel like if that were slowed down, that would just be a funny reaction. I haven't looked at it or anything like that, and I doubt that I will, because I don't ever review my videos because I don't like to, because I don't get in my head about how I'm presenting them. So the Queen of Swords, in her truth, in her light aspect, is someone who's very discerning about who's coming in. Okay, and what I was saying before is that you might, to set a boundary with somebody, and maybe you've got somebody that, like a Page of Swords, or somebody, if you're dealing with an air sign, it could be a past person that maybe is like trying to come in. You don't want them to come in. Or if you're getting out of something, or if you're disconnecting from something, maybe you feel like your actions should speak louder than words, but maybe there's something in your throat chakra where you need to speak up. You need to say, like, distinctly, no, I don't, we're done, right? Maybe there was some sort of like ambiguous ending to a friendship or a situation. You know, specific, like if you leave a job, maybe you just stop showing up. And what is that in Friends, where there's one episode with Gunther, which I kind of look like right now, where Gunther's like, Joey used to work at the coffee shop, and he just, it doesn't really, he never, there's no like a explicit way of him leaving. Just one episode, he walks in and he orders something, and Gunther's like, do you still work here? And he's like, oh no, man, I quit months ago. And he's like, oh, okay, that makes sense. You know, but it's just like a moment of like, oh, okay, like maybe there just needs to be like a final closure. Maybe somebody's coming in for closure. Maybe you need closure before you can trust new love, because maybe you were ghosted by somebody. Maybe it was just, it wasn't explicit. There was some sort of lack of closure. Like my door was not closed, and I had to use, I have a wooden pole that I, you know, prop it shut with. Prop it shut with? Do you prop something shut? I think you just prop it open, but I don't know. But maybe it's a wand. So it's like you need to get into your fiery energy and say, I'm done. And just make it finite. Like when you burn something, it's done. Right? When a bridge is burned, when a boundary is crossed, right? This individual has the Queen of Corns. I don't even know what that was going to be. I don't even know what I was going to say there. Candy corn. What is that? Hope floats. Is this where you were the Queen of Corn? And she was the I don't know what she was. The cream of corn or something. The daughter asks that. Bernice. Something with threes. But Sandra Bullock is a Leo. So something with hope floats. If there's any sort of tether or lack of closure, right, when you cut something, if it wasn't cut completely, it's like there's still a tether to that block, and it just needs to be cut completely so that hope can float up, right? The World wanted to come out, but then didn't. There could be a distance between you. The World is also about endings. So yeah, maybe you're closing a door. Literally and spiritually, energetically, closing a door. Before you can even, so maybe you're not thinking about love, because there's not really much coming out with this. So we're going to come over here, see what's going on with the feminine. I feel like the feminine maybe is just closing out a cycle. But that's in the masculine side of things. Maybe the masculine is nervous about approaching this feminine because the feminine is in this Queen of Swords energy. But if that's the case, if you're the masculine, like, you won't know until you shoot your shot. But you could also be really concerned with how you word things, right? Like what words are. And with all the rhyming, maybe you're going to write a song. Maybe the masculine is going to write a song or a poem, some sort of alliteration, creative writing. So maybe they're going to send some sort of art form in to the feminine. Maybe it's going to be like an old letter, right? Like coming to your door, coming to your mailbox, coming to your place of work. Maybe you're going to have something delivered. Three of Wands at the center here. See, there's that 333, the Wands. Maybe your life path number 3. Maybe you just like the number 3. This is about the Holy Trinity. This is also like womb attachments to the past. There's some door that needs to be closed with the World. Maybe you're moving away from home. Maybe you have just people around you. It's like third party, but it doesn't feel romantic with the Wands. It could be like family, where you come from. Maybe you have a fire sign parent, and maybe where you come from, there's some sort of attachment that's messing with your ability to create, right? Because this is somebody contemplating their womb, right? What their womb is connected to. This is like contemplating and reviewing what your divine purpose is, what your calling is, what your, what's my purpose? Maybe there's somebody questioning what their purpose is. Well, we have the Three of Pentacles. Again, lots of threes. This really gives me the doing that work on me, myself, and I, body, mind, and spirit. You could be collaborating with friends, family members, if you have those, because I was touching on how I don't have anybody that's close to me. You know, I have acquaintances, I have friendly neighbors, people that I chat with or whatever. I have connections online, but no one's close to me. I don't have anybody that's close to me or somebody that I would consider family outside of myself or the dogs, right? So, and you know, my guides, my spirit, right? So my family is, we are family. I got all my sisters with me. But maybe you have an issue with your sister. But it's like, well, what's your sister's sign? I guess would kind of be, because you share it with Cancer, the moon, you share that with the heart chakra, and then your polar sign is Aquarius. So yeah, maybe Aquarius and Cancer, there's something in those. Maybe you're learning from those how to balance your, which is all about discernment. Water and air's head and heart, right? It's the androgynous modality, mutable. Maybe you're dealing with a mutable sign, but the mutable modality is all about discernment, knowing when to trust your intuition, when to stay, when to go. It's the teeter-totter, a lot of alliterations here between head and heart, logic and feelings, masculine and feminine. So there's like a teeter-totter here, and it's like two lovers on a seesaw, right? Or swings. You know, it's like they're always kind of like, maybe you keep missing your person. There's some sort of like missing your person or whatever. Maybe you're missing your person, right? Maybe you miss somebody, and maybe that's where that loneliness comes in. But my whole family is like in my chart. All of the elements are in my chart. Anything that I romanticized about past lovers, friendships, my family members, all the potential that I saw in them is actually in my chart, right? I have all of their signs or all of their modalities, which are all elements essentially. Maybe you're a life path number 4, which is maybe you're seeing 1111. Like I was saying, you'll see things on the clock. You're seeing those numbers 3, 4, 11, 11. Or you're seeing like repetitions, alliterations in things that you're reading, music you're hearing. Maybe they have an alliteration or you have an alliteration in your name. Maybe you have like matching letters, Jake Johnson or whatever. But there is all the elements, which modalities are elements and all the zodiac signs are elements. So all the elements are in my chart. So any of the things that I was attracted to in other people or saw potential in, and I was like, if only I had their resources, if only I looked like them, sounded like them, had their talent, had their ability, had their tools, right? Because a lot of the time they're working with tools here. A lot of times, that's also reminds me of something else. A lot of times people have tools and they don't even know what to do with them, and you're like, oh, if I had those tools, if I had your ability, I would do so much more. And you see them not living up to their potential or whatever. But that's codependent. That's an attachment to the idea of somebody. That's not what they're actually doing. And so maybe you have entertained that, right? A lot of us do in this space here, because we are cycle breakers, we're empaths, we're highly sensitive individuals. And so those individuals are typically ones who are like the cheerleaders. They feel for others, and because they feel others' potential, others' longings, others' desires, they can feel all of that. They feel their pain, they feel their joy, they feed off of that. They're fueled by it. And so it's like you're the hype man for everyone around you, but this is like needing to realize that you have all the tools in you. Be your own hype man. But this reminds me of, well, just like the imagery, because this person's using their tool to help this person. This person's using their tool to help this person, and so on, right? So they're not using their stuff to, this also reminds me of another thing, where, in nature, flowers bloom for pollinators, and then pollinators come in. Like, it's, in that way, it is kind of like self-serving, because it does propagate their species, but it's like their tool is actually beautiful for something fell over. I want to apologize for being away, but you guys aren't, I'm just jumping right from the next, so I'm pausing it, but at the moments that I'm away, I feel like you're on hold. But I needed to take my lentils off the burner anyway, so it worked out. It's people across the street. They're building houses. There's construction going on. Maybe you have construction, but this is like, in nature, our gifts are for others, right? Selfless service. We have gifts, and yes, through healing ourselves, through doing the work on ourselves, through utilizing our talents and all of that, yes, it does serve us, but it serves the collective. It serves others. So this reminds me of the movie Phenomenon with John Travolta, which is an Aquarius. I always think he's a Pisces, but he's an Aquarius. But in that, if you don't know the movie, go watch it. It's great. But there's a part where, he has this experience, and then his everything is heightened, his intelligence and everything like that, and he's like becoming like superhuman mentally. He's like reading a ton of books, and he's just like gobbling stuff up. It's almost like a mania. Maybe you're bipolar and there's some sort of mania going on. So you could be like multitasking and working on a lot of projects, but in there, a friend needs help, and like a townsperson comes to him and needs, I don't remember what it was exactly, but it's somebody needs to work on their car, but he doesn't work on cars. So he's like, but so-and-so works on cars. And so he doesn't have the money to pay him. And he goes, yeah, but he also needs a fencing put up or whatever. And he's like, so I'll put the fence up. You can do this for me. And then he'll work on your car. Like, we'll just barter, basically, like, we'll do a bartering system. And so maybe that's something that you're building. And there is this flip here, like the feminine is showing up in the masculine side of things, and there's all this like masculine work energy here. Lots of wands. We have the 3 of wands, we have the 8 of wands, and we have the 4 of wands, 11. That's the divine union right there. So spoiler alert, it's coming. But it's like there's this is your dream. Like, you want people to use their tools and work together and use your gifts to serve this person, and I'll use my gifts because that helps, such and such. But it's like a bartering. It's not monetary, even though this is pentacles, right? Because pentacles and money is like this. It's this very ego, physical based, tangible thing that we have given to say that somebody is valuable, to say that somebody's skills are valuable, somebody's expression is valuable, to say that they are healthy, that they are well, like they must be doing well because they've got lots of money, they can go to the doctor, they can get this fixed, they can, like, to be poor in your energy or emotionally is usually, there's a lot of stress that's associated with money. So there could be financial stress or something, but I feel like it's more like you recognize that the true abundance comes from skills and gifts that other people have, tools that they have in their bag to help others. This is also like children playing together. Children know who's good at what. They know who the fastest runner is. There's no the hierarchy of I need to be the best at everything, which Leos, you guys can do that. You guys can be quite competitive. I mean, you're the center of the solar system. With great power comes great responsibility, which is, who is that? Ever After. Prince Henry. His mom says that, and then so does Drew Barrymore's character, Cinderella. But yeah, it's like there's a wealth that comes from being poor financially, right? When you have to work for things, it actually builds your skills, right? It's like, they say like if you're overweight, or if you grew up and you were the chunky kid or the ugly kid or the nerdy kid, it's like you probably have a better character because you had to develop one, right? If you were kind of like, but the popular kids, it's like they peak, right? They peak in high school because their whole foundation of their value is based on superficial stuff that just doesn't exist in the real world, and it doesn't actually serve anybody else but them. Like beauty doesn't serve, I mean, there's art and things, and those can be beautiful to look at, but they don't serve you. They don't truly nourish you. So this could be making music for others. This could be making art for others, right? This could be doing trades for others, because we've got a paintbrush, we've got a pen or pencil. It looks like a chalk pencil. And then we've got someone chiseling away, right? So it's like these crafts all help serve the other person. And so this is a collaboration. I really like this. Obviously, I'm talking about it for a while, but I like this Three of Pentacles because this feels like the center of what's going on here. Because this right here is the passion. This is the idea. This is the divine calling. Maybe something that was stifling you in this union, or one of the individuals in the union, whether it's you or your counterpart, is the fact that you maybe felt competitive, or you were jealous, you were envious. But envy and jealousy and all, it comes from a place of either wanting to rise to the occasion or to humble you, where you need to get humble in a place of going, I guess this just isn't my skill. This isn't my thing, So it's like realizing what you're good at, realizing your power, and not feeling the need to try and be other people, not trying to be the best at everything. It's humbling yourself from the competitive nature, because you cannot attract something that is divine if you're in a competitive place. Competition is conditional, right? And you can say like, oh, there's healthy competition and all of that, but that's only like when kids play like team sports. It's, you realize who's the fastest, you know who to put in, and then we get into a place where it becomes, oh, now my livelihood is dependent on my skill. And you start to see college recruiters come in and take these people, and it's not a game anymore. It's not fun. You're not playing together for the love of the sport or for the love of the game. What is that? Is that Kevin Costner? Love of the Game? I don't know. He always does baseball movies, so I just associate that with him. Love of the Game. Or is that the one with Gerard Butler? Anyway. But I feel like that there's something in Love of the Game for you. Now that could be a song on the soundtrack. That could be a sign of one of the actors. That could be one mantra that's said, one note that's said, one thing that just sticks with you, a line that sticks out, right? If you're looking for signs, then you have to accept that they are everywhere. Signs are everywhere, right? If you go for a walk, you can divine source information from trash, right? You can divine it. Obviously, it's more accessible to those who are tuned into nature, right? Which you are a fixed sign. So this is like tuning into your nature to divine information. So whatever you like, whatever your craft is, you're receiving signs and synchronicities. That's your calling. And maybe you're like the coordinator person. Maybe you're like the person who's maybe you're the person who's like the one who orchestrates things. Like you're the director of a movie. You're the one who makes the decisions, right? You could have children, and you're the one who has to delegate information, and that in itself, to be a good leader, is a strength. And so you might, it's like the maestro. All right, you're the maestro. Maybe you don't play all the instruments, but you know the keys, you know the tunes, you know how to read music, and you know it so well that you are the one that keeps everybody in line. Something about you're like orchestrating. With your last reading, I was getting a lot of musical stuff. So there's something with music, I feel. We have the Eight of Wands, and there's this raven coming in. Libra, it's time, it's karmic time. It's like, it's your time now. I feel like the universe is bringing you a message, and there's that letter. Maybe your person is a Libra with the Queen of Swords. Maybe you've got, you've been doing this work on yourself. Maybe you're not looking at other people. You're not coveting. You're not, jealous of thy neighbor or whatever. Like you're looking at yourself. Maybe it's a neighbor. But I feel like something is becoming local, right? Your person, they're bringing a letter. They're closing the gap with that world that was trying to pop out. It's like somebody is closing the gap here. Oh, we have the world again. I'm looking right at it. So the world was trying to pop out of the Rider-Waite, but this one is here. It's here. The time is now. They're coming to your doorstep. Hopefully they call or text first, because, I don't know, maybe you're not an introvert like I am. Because I'm going to need like a few days notice to prepare. But don't worry, it's your divine person. They're not going to do you dirty. So whatever you like, they're going to do it according to what you like. But, I don't know, feeling that sort of, with the door slamming shut, maybe not. Actually, now that I said, they might also like surprise the hell out of you and do something kind of out of the blue. I don't think it's going to be something that crosses a boundary, because we have the Queen of Swords here. And maybe that's why the Queen of Swords is just here. Like this person is figuring out, as the clarification to the Queen of Swords, maybe this person's like, okay, how do I approach them? How do I approach them and still stay, true to myself? Maybe they had a very cold mother. Maybe the masculine had a cold mother, because the masculine pursues. So the masculine will be the one that is approaching, sending the message and the communication. And you see this old woman here like hacking away, and this is working on their own cycle, working on an 8. 8 is also your number. 8s could be important to you. Infinity, it's the karmic cycle, and we've got Libra as karma here with that raven coming in for your message. So if you were questioning what's my purpose, you might just like, I don't have these skills that these other people have. I'm not good at anything, like I'm no good. But it's like the universe is throwing you a bone here. Hey, there you go. Hi, sweetie. Got the, I was going to say, one of my little Geminis just came over here. Little Penelope. And I was going to say Gemini lovers. See, you can divine information from anywhere. Just once you start to see the signs, then it's just, they're everywhere. Sign everywhere, sign. But the Two of Cups came out, which is kind of like the lovers, right? And I feel like you guys are going to really complement each other. And, you know, you could be doubting whether or not you're worthy of this love because you're like, well, I'm not good at anything. Or maybe you want to, specifically with music or whatever this collaboration is, whatever this dream is that you envision, like, because these could be like bandmates, right? It's like maybe you want to be the lead singer, but maybe you're just not the lead singer material. Maybe you are better at the drums or the guitar or whatever. Or maybe you're just a tambourine man, right? Maybe you're more a band manager, right? Maybe you're just better at the technical stuff. Like, it takes all the cogs to make a clock wheel, right? To make a clock work. Clockwork Orange. You might be seeing the number. Yeah, King of Swords. I feel like you and this person, you're going to be such a power couple to each other. I mean, of course, you're going to be your divine union, duh. But, like, in work and communication, there's something, I'm not seeing any cups. I'm seeing there's a lot of work on wands and swords. This is a lot of communication. So I think this is going to be, I'll just keep getting Simeon because I just watched Dawn of the Planet of the Apes. But when you are a sapiosexual, right? You are aroused by, maybe with the alliterations, like this person's going to be very good with wordplay. I think it's going to be sort of titillating. Because we have the Two of Cups here. And so if I just see the King and Queen of Swords, I would be like, maybe this is like a cold, sort of very logical, there's no emotions here, but there's cups here. So it's like, maybe the love part is easy. Maybe you fall pretty easily in love. You're just a very emotionally available person. And so like cups are not the challenge for you. Your heart is maybe not, and maybe that's why you're in the Queen or King of Swords, is maybe you've had to get into a more intellectual place. But I think even if you fell into the passion, maybe you had casual connections, maybe you were, but you were always looking for love, but you just never found it because no one was really your equal intellectually. I feel like someone didn't mentally match you. So it's like all the emotions and the feelings, like you can fall in love and maybe you crush very easily, but you need something with some staying power, right? Because when all the superficial stuff goes away, when the makeup comes off, when you get old and wrinkly, like if we're working together, like, you know, we're going to be doing this for a while, what's really going to keep you together? I mean, you got the Two of Cups and you got the Four of Wands. So we've got emotions and passion here, this union coming here. So it's like, that part I think is easy for you. I think you've just never had someone who's intellectually matched you, someone who says the right things. You know, you've just been with people who say all the wrong things, and maybe you've always overshared, and you've always, and so that just puts you into a place where you're like, well, I'm just going to be discerning here about who I share with and who I bless my words of communication with. There are definitely strong boundaries here with the feminine. And we have the King of Swords who's like, I got you, boo. There's somebody, they're your match, or they're equal. Knight of Swords and the Ace of Swords. Yeah. I really feel like you could be dealing with an air sign. This person's going to come in this energy regardless. This king is going to come in to meet you there. So, and then we have the Nine of Pentacles. This is like the feminine just sitting back and sitting pretty. Just continue doing your stuff. Like the Queen of Swords is at the forefront for the Empress. to guard the other queens, right? So that you don't give your passion away, you don't give your ideas away, you don't give your emotions away, you don't give your body away, you don't overgive, right? This is giving to yourself and keeping that. This is pre-Empress. I get very Empress energy here. Could be dealing with a Taurus, but this is like, or it could have a Taurus placement. This is very much in the divine feminine, ready to receive. They've got 9 pentacles. They're ready for that 10th pentacle. Sure. But either way, they've got their 9. So there's no lack here. So these are both of you are very strong in like knowing who you are. You could be dealing with another fixed sign because that's someone who's very, very like fixed in their energy, like this determination, like, you know, this masculine is very much like, I know what I'm saying. And they could be coming in to just meet you in your fixed energy. So again, Aquarius is a fellow fixed sign. But Aquarius being your polar sign, and then talking about Cancer with the moon there. This person, it's your equal opposite, right? They fill all the gaps. They have all the tools that you didn't have to complete this quest. This feels like a quest. It's definitely past life. It's twin flame. It's all the good stuff. A lot of passion, and it's quick communication. I think this Knight of Swords is going to kind of scare the shit out of you. It's going to come in like out of nowhere. It's going to be fast and it's going to be direct. It's going to be very straightforward. I feel like this person's not going to fuck around with any words. Yeah, this person's going to be very direct with you with the Ace of Swords. This is a new type of communication. It's coming out of the clouds there. It's, you called this in, you manifested this, you designed this, right? We make our divine counterpart. We make our twin flame. You're made for each other, by each other, right? Because you're of the same stuff. Let's just see. Here we got Justice. There's some Libra, 10 of Cups. That's what I'm fucking talking about. Then we have the 9 of Wands. So yeah, the feminine could just have been waiting for a while, and I think that it's time. Justice. We've got the Justice coming in, a karmic balance. Your work, all your waiting, it's gonna be worth it, because this is your person. And then we got the 10 of Cups. This is the emotional abundance. This is all of it. And you know, maybe you've just never been able to unleash that part of yourself. You know, maybe you weren't that emotionally available before. Because anytime that you tried to, it was snuffed out. When you were a child, maybe it was neglected. Maybe you were told that you talked too much, you thought too much, you felt too much, you were too emotional, you were hypersensitive. Maybe you were just given these very conditional, you're put in very conditional boxes. And it was very stifling to your creative energy, into your expressive energy, into your swords and all of that. But this person, this masculine, sees through that. They see that you're actually this Empress in disguise. They see, like, they know why. They just understand it. There's just an immediate knowing here. This person sees you and they're coming to get you. Foxy. Wayne's World. Again with an alliteration. Yeah, big with the alliterations. If you have an alliteration in your name or something, maybe you're going to be seeing that, but I would love to know, like, if that resonates, because I'm getting a ton of those. I mean, I love alliterations, but and poetry and songwriting and all that stuff. So I like things that rhyme. From time to time, I had to do it. I had to close it. But this is 8 of Pentacles. So while you're over here doing your 8 of Wands work on yourself, again, maybe you're dealing with an earth sign. This person is, or a fixed sign with the Pentacles, which is earth. Fixed is earth, whatever. This person is working on the tangible, right? They're working on their, and there's the wheels, all the little cogs that make it work. They've got the oil. They've got the oil that you need. Like maybe your tools feel a little rusty. You know, maybe even sitting out in the rain, waiting for your love. Yeah, not to be a dick here, but I just feel like there's a little bit of a, you know, maybe you were just in like a pitiful place. Woe is me. Where's my person? We all go through it, and it's fine. It's part of the process. It's part of the accepting divine timing. And we got the Sun here, Ace of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles, Death. Another fixed sign, Scorpio. Oh, damn. Excuse me. Double Nine of Cups. Yeah. I mean, you guys are mirrors. You guys are polar opposites, but also at your core, you're the same. You've made each other for each other. You're made by each other for each other. Like made in China, it's like made in Twinflame. Made in the cosmos. I was born in the USA. Maybe you guys live in different places. But the sun is coming in. Sun will come out tomorrow. So maybe tomorrow you're gonna hear something from this person. That makes me nervous. I'm like nervous for you. It's like, oh, I should change things. Oh, I gotta like get ready. Like when I get ready for company, which I don't hardly ever have, just because it does bring me so much anxiety. And I'm very protective over my space. I like my space the way I like it. And we fix signs like things the way we like them. And that's for good reason, right? Doesn't make you stubborn, just makes you know what works for you. All right, so anybody who has said that you were stubborn or any of that false nomenclature that you were given, let that shit go. That's not you. You know you, and this person's going to see you, and you don't have to change an ounce for this person. This person already loves you, right? Because they've done the work on themselves. With the Nine of Cups, you both have already filled your cups. You're both emotionally independent and balanced, and Nine of Cups is wish fulfillment. So it's like, you've done the work. It's coming. So affirm that. Affirm that, Leo. All right? Hopefully there was something in here for you. I mean, there's a lot of good shit, so hopefully, yeah, it was for you. And until next time, I wish you well.